Collector's Optical 20 back for another video review. This time it's Enterbay Motion Masterpiece Series John Wall, and you can not buy this figure but buy other Enterbay figures at bigbadtoystore.com. Just click the link down below. I said not John Wall because I believe he's sold out, but you can get other like 1/9 or 1/6 at Big Bad, like the Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. I'm beginning to like this 1/9 series now. As you can see, the box is a little tiny. There's not a whole lot of accessories with not 1/9, just a bunch of hands. There's 3 holding right there, and they kind of have their own holder, a ball, which is a standard for any Enterbay basketball figures, a stand, and just a logo. You know, a few stickers here and there. You can see Washington Wizards, DC. This review couldn't have come in a worse time for John Wall. He's currently out for the season. Due to I believe he's torn his Achilles or something like that. Something major happened to him. The next year is gonna be his first year of his huge contract, so it's gonna be a massive blow for Washington, especially. John Wall is the type of player that relies on his athleticism, and having this type of injury, I would say would be a little bit more reliant on his skill set. But as far as the figure itself, he looks pretty good. Of course, it's Enterbay. 1/9 series is more like an action figure. It reminds me of the Storm Collectibles Mike Tyson, and at first I thought I was not gonna like it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but throughout I actually completed their series for 1/9 for the series 1. The series 2, I believe, is the Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. I'm not even sure if they're going to continue this or produce any more figures outside of Michael Jordan. It seems like they just slowed down dramatically. But as you can see here, the figure itself has some tattoos. So even with the smaller scale, they actually are pretty good. I don't know what kind of shoe. I believe John Wall is Adidas, but this shoe kind of reminds me of those Jordan 6 rings, kind of like a reminiscent of his old Jordan shoes, but I don't know why. But just kind of reminds me of that. There's some tattoos on his calves right here, as you can see. This is the bad part about 1/9 is you can see a little bit of joints compared to the 1/6 version. Like with this one, it's double joint. No, it's double jointed knees as well for the 1/6. So just the arms, bicep swivel, and kind of like this butterfly joint in his chest area. But as far as the uniform itself and the figure, this is going to be a shorter review. I'm not really interested in spending too much time with John Wall. Sorry, Washington Wizards fan, but he's not the most popular figure out there, even for Enterbay. I'm kind of confused as well why Enterbay created him. I see the market for, like Russell Westbrook. This should have been like Dwayne Wade. They got LeBron in the 1/9 series. Why not Dwayne Wade? Or if you're looking at newer markets, I know when this was released, it was about a couple of years ago or so. There's several, Paul George or something like that. But yeah, John Wall right here. The head sculpt is pretty good, I must admit. Like even with Enterbay, even on a smaller scale, and dating back to their LeBron and James Harden and all those figures, look pretty good, all of them. And this is no exception. His head sculpt, don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm hating on John Wall. I actually like the guy. I like his play, but he's getting older. Never, he kind of developed an outside shot, but he gained a lot of weight recently, and from his workout videos and such. But from a guy, he's very athletic. He won the slam dunk competition, but never really had any success, I would say, individually or in Washington altogether. I don't know if Washington's going to move on from him. They look like, I thought they're going to rebuild, when he went down and tore the team apart, just tank and hopefully get a higher draft pick. But they kept Trevor Ariza, Bradley Beal. They could have traded for some young assets. And I don't know, I think they have this hope that they're getting to the playoffs, which is a bad move if you ask me. They should have just tanked all the way down, and I don't know. But now they're strapped into, I think his contract is $140 million for the next 4 or 5 years, which is ridiculous because in the last year of his contract, I think he's gonna get paid over $40 million. which is for an aging point guard who relies on athleticism. That's not a good investment right there. And he has proven actually nothing yet to warrant that kind of contract, even, outside of the fact that you see him as a first tier point guard. However, nothing really too much success in the playoffs. Or now that LeBron is gone, East is I wouldn't say wide open, but you have more chance. But him going down, and I don't know. Who's at this point, even if he comes back next year, I don't know if he's going to get the same, even on the trade market. I don't know if Washington's going to get the same value as him before injury, because who wants to trade for a point guard? He's not, I wouldn't call him injury prone. He has some injuries here and there, but he's going to lose a step or two just because of age, and now because of this injury. I don't know. I wanted him on the Bulls before, pre-injury, because I thought, we could, even though his contract was terrible. However, we did acquire Otto Porter, another player with a terrible contract, but his contract is a bit, shorter. We only have to wait 2 years, and he's a perfect guy for this day and age. 3-and-D, kind of bigger wing who can defend the 4 now and 5, but. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how John Wall is gonna bounce back from his latest setback from this injury, and I'm gonna put him like just a few poses here, just trying to do a layup. Here it is in nice uniform. Like I said, I like this Washington colors a lot. And here he is being guarded by the reigning MVP James Harden. I should have picked a different player. Now they're wearing both red, and this one is in one stand. So I just want to showcase you guys that you could do this in one stand if you just want to, recreate a scene or something like that. I mean, it is highly possible. You just got to maneuver the figures a little bit more strategic in this instances. And guarding him, which is ironic because James Harden, he guards players nowadays. Unlike, this is not the James Harden of 2 years ago where he just lets people go. He still does that every once in a while, but he has improved on his. He doesn't have a lot of acting a fool anymore, where he just olays on the defense. He still, like I said, he still does it from time to time, but his offense is so prominent that you can forgive his lackadaisical effort on the defensive area. And if you're just guarding John Wall, I think you can get away with that. And here's the size comparison. As you can see, Melo is a bit taller. He should be a lot taller, actually, than John Wall. John Wall's like 6'4", 6'5", and Melo's around 6'8". James Harden, I believe, in the same size, like 6'6" or so. So just a just a small height differences between James Harden, even though it's a shooting guard, and John Wall, obviously a point guard, and Melo is mostly a power forward nowadays if he is playing, which he is not. And there you go, folks. Just a quick review of John Wall. Nothing too fancy there. So I honestly would not recommend the figure. I mean, to me, it's a boring figure. I don't think he has done enough. But if you have like $124, I believe, on eBay to burn. Go right ahead. Or if you're a big fan of John Wall, this is the best figure that you can get for that price. This one goes on sale if you just watch out on eBay or Enterbay website. I believe he goes out for like $88 every once in a while. So if you're a huge fan or just a huge fan of NBA like myself, go right ahead. But if you're just a casual fan, he's not iconic at all. It's not like it's Michael Jordan that even if you're not from Chicago, you'll buy him, or LeBron, or even Russell Westbrook. He doesn't have that impact yet, I would say. So it's up to you. You can go ahead and purchase him. As far as figure wise, he's no different than any other Enterbay figures. It's just that he is, he's not a marquee name as big as those guys that I just mentioned earlier. But if you're a huge fan, go right ahead. So tell me on the comments down below. Are you guys interested in this? I'm probably gonna get like 24 views for this video, but that's okay. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next review.